Hi guys, it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and I am here for the May Clique Kids Pep Rally. And so I am showing you the first layout that I have created with my new May kit, and it is mainly using the Pink Fresh Studios, Pink Fresh Dream On collection. And so even if you are not a kit subscriber, this is definitely some product that you may have in your stash or that you may be interested in picking up. And so I will be completely honest, I was not super excited about this kit, um, only because I have a hard time. Sometimes I love Pink Fresh, but I have a hard time sometimes creating with Pink Fresh. And so the color combinations and things in this one were a little bit worrisome to me, but as soon as I started working with it, I have a totally different opinion. So I absolutely love it. And I think the key for me, and this was some advice that actually Sarah Scraps gave me, was to pull the kit apart and look for certain color combinations rather than trying to use things as they are, because there's a lot going on. And so I am creating a diagonal background today for my layout. And so I have some navy blue cardstock that I've pulled just from my stash, and that's going to be the bottom half of that diagonal. And then the top half of the diagonal is one of the pattern papers that came in the kit from Pink Fresh. And it just has some gray kind of scribbled circles in the background. And then mainly I'm going to be working with the blue and then this mintish green color for my layout. So right now what you're seeing me do is I'm just kind of playing through where I think things are going to go and how I'm going to layer things together. I'm working on this photo, and this is a photo of my nephew from a camping trip that he took recently with his mom and dad. And it's just him sitting in the water looking straight up at the camera. And it is just such a gorgeous picture that I really wanted the photo to stand out. So I'm using some color combinations of things that are going to make that photo pop off the page. So here you can see I'm just layering up these different cut aparts, and these came from that 12 by 12 cut apart sheet. And I added some dimension to that little one that says adventure so that it does stand up off of the page. And then I have the back of that paper is that blue and white constellation paper. And so I'm going to add a strip of that as a mat behind my photo. And here I'm deciding that I want this orange and white mat to continue all the way to the edge of those things I cut out of the cut apart sheet rather than just being around my photo. And so rather than going back and wasting paper and making a whole new mat, I'm just adding on because you're not going to see those seams anyway. And so then this is going to be the main element here in the center of my page. And I love, this is kind of one of my go-to designs, this diagonal layout with this big embellished area in the middle. And so in the kit, we had gotten one strip of these buttons, and I believe they're from Crepe Paper Oasis. And I'm going to actually use all 6 of them right here along the bottom of this layout. And then I've added those little pieces from the ephemera pack, and this is also from Pink Fresh that just says live in the moment, and then that little arrow. And then I'm also going to grab, I had this layered chipboard sheet. This doesn't actually make the cut, but this was from, that I had in my stash. So it didn't come in the kit, but it's from the same collection. I am going to use a couple of these puffy stickers up in that little space that was extra, and I didn't like how there wasn't anything up in there. So I added that little puffy sticker, and then I'm going to also add a couple of these little hearts. So I'm trying to really keep the focus of this layout on the blue and the mintish color, but then I decided I really needed a pop of something bright as an accent, and so I'm going with yellow. And there wasn't any yellow on the washi strips that came in the kit from Pretty Little Studio. So I just grabbed this one from an old Amy Tangerine collection that was in my stash. And that's where that yellow washi came from. And then I've layered up some other little yellow accents, and they did all come from the ephemera pack in the kit, as well as that little yellow puffy sticker heart that I added on top of that Never Give Up. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to add some stitching. And this is just a small, quick amount of stitching for me, but I am going to create some cross stitches with some yellow embroidery thread. And so there you see I am putting those just at the top of that mat in that little space that I have left over. And then I have also added them at the top and bottom of my diagonal. And that is basically going to do it for this layout. So I really wanted this to be a clean layout where my photo stood out. I did add that yellow embroidery thread as that pop of color, stitched in 3 different places, and then also through all of my buttons. And so I hope you enjoyed seeing my first layout with my Clique kit, and that you will come back and check out what else I have left to create with my kit this month. and I'll see you again soon. Bye!